Around 1,000 years ago, Xu Wenwu discovers the mystical 10 rings, which grant immortality and godly powers. He establishes the 10 Rings organization, conquering kingdoms and toppling governments throughout history. In 1996, Wenwu searches for Ta Lo, a village said to harbor mythical beasts. He travels through a magical forest to the village entrance, but is stopped by guardian Ying Li. The two fall in love, and when the Ta Lo villagers reject Wenwu, Li chooses to leave with him. They marry and have 2 children, Shang and Xiaoling. Wenwu abandons his organization and locks away the 10 rings. When Shang is 7 years old, Li is murdered by Wenwu's enemies, the Iron Gang. Wenwu dons the 10 rings once again, massacres the Iron Gang, and resumes leadership of his organization. He makes Shang undergo brutal training in martial arts, but does not allow Xiaoling to train with the others, so she teaches herself in secret. When Shang is 14, Wenwu sends him to assassinate the Iron Gang's leader. After completing his mission, a traumatized Shang runs away to San Francisco and adopts the name Sean. In the present day, Shang works as a parking valet with his best friend Katie, who does not know about his past. They are attacked on a bus by the 10 Rings, who steal a pendant that Li gave to Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi flies out to meet his sister, fearing that the 10 Rings will go after her matching pendant from Li. He reveals his past to Katie, who insists on helping him. They find Xiaoling at an underground fight club in Macau, which she founded after escaping from Wenwu at a young age. The 10 Rings attack the fight club, and Wenwu arrives to capture Shang-Chi, Katie, Xiaoling, and her pendant. They are taken to the 10 Rings compound, where Wenwu uses the pendants to reveal a mystical map leading to Ta Lo. Wenwu explains that he has heard Li calling to him, and believes she has been held captive in Ta Lo behind a sealed gate. He plans to destroy the village unless they release her. When his children and Katie object, he imprisons them. The 3 meet former actor Trevor Slattery, whom the 10 Rings imprisoned for impersonating Wenwu, and his companion Morris, who offers to guide them to Ta Lo. The group escapes and goes to Ta Lo, which exists in a separate dimension with various Chinese mythological creatures. They meet Ying Nan, Li's sister, who explains the history of Ta Lo. Thousands of years ago, the village was attacked by the soul-consuming Dweller in Darkness and its minions, but was saved by a Chinese dragon called the Great Protector, who helped seal the Dark Gate to the Dweller's world. According to Nan, the Dweller in Darkness has been influencing Wenwu to believe Li is still alive so that he will open the gate. Shang-Chi, Xiaoling, and Katie join the villagers in training and preparing for Wenwu's arrival, using outfits and weapons crafted from dragon scales. Wenwu and the 10 Rings arrive and attack. Wenwu overpowers Shang-Chi and forces him into the nearby lake, then attacks the gate with the rings. This allows some of the Dweller's minions to escape, and the 10 Rings join forces with the villagers to fight them. Shang-Chi is revived by the Great Protector, which leaves the lake to battle the minions. Wenwu and Shang-Chi fight once more, and Shang-Chi gains the upper hand but chooses to spare Wenwu. The Dweller in Darkness escapes the weakened gate and attacks Shang-Chi. Wenwu saves Shang-Chi, bequeathing him the rings before being killed by the Dweller in Darkness. Shang-Chi, the Great Protector, Xiaoling, and Katie manage to kill the Dweller in Darkness. Afterward, Shang-Chi and Katie return to San Francisco, where they are summoned by the sorcerer Wong to Kamar-Taj. In a mid-credits scene, Wong introduces Shang-Chi and Katie to Bruce Banner and Carol Danvers while researching the ring's origin. They discover that the rings are acting as a beacon to something. In a post-credit scene, Xiaoling becomes the new leader of the 10 Rings, training women alongside men, despite telling Shang-Chi that she was going to disband the organization.